All right, guys. This is the NSL Weekly Broadcast, episode 8. We got a new face in here today, Gib of the Lions. We'll say what's up, Gib.
What
And
up?
then we got our usual Jug in his awesome place. I guess he's at another basketball game today at 8 o'clock, he's the Giants. At least he's not driving, so we're making progress. And then, of course, Walker, the other Lions fan, but actually of the Browns. So he's very happy today. He saw Josh Gordon's rating, which means Josh Gordon is in the game. So, first thing I want to do is give props to one of our new members, Chris Mathis, who made our website and the trade forum. I know if y'all saw the rules thing, the new trade system, he created all that. So, just want to give props to him for he spent a good amount of time on that website and that trade forum. So it's
Great job.
actually
Great job.
very helpful. Just want to give him props. Next up, we're going to go to those 3 videos that were released today, the animation videos. One was a pass breakup, one was a pass interference, and one was a tackle. We'll start with the pass interference one, which it was pass interference. I'll give them that. They should have called pass interference. My problem is the defender on a slant essentially just fucking ran over the wide receiver, and I don't know very many times in a pass interference where you pretty much what he's doing is looking at the ball and he just doesn't stop and he just collides into the wide receiver. It's just no awareness. What do you think, Gib?
I think that shit was crazy because he was like batting at his arm, but then he ends up just hugging him.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. You two didn't see it. Did you, Walker or Jug?
Pass interference, but
I didn't get to see that one.
Yeah, it was pass interference. I'll give that to him, but it just did not look like pass interference.
yeah, the animation was bad.
I don't know why he just ran over him. It's hard to explain unless you see it. Y'all need to check the video out. It's one of the new animations. I hope that's not the extent of pass interference. Like, I hope there's some deep ball, maybe some holding, trying to stop catches. That would be nice. That's cool. That's something I want in the game. Bringing up the next thing, the pass defense video that was out there. It looked good from an animation standpoint. It was a deep ball. He went around. He swatted the ball. My issue with it is this is just like another video I brought up earlier. He swatted the ball, and the ball flies 15 feet in the air again. I brought this up before in an earlier podcast, if y'all remember. So it looks like the swat ball animation is going to cause this ball to pop up. As a Vikings fan, I watched Xavier Rhodes last year. He had probably the league's most passes defended with swats. I see your face, Waka. With swats, getting the ball out. Not one of them popped up in the air. Not a single one. I'm trying to figure out why these balls are flying in the air. How about you, Gib? How did you see that?
I mean, it was a good play. You know, he definitely stuck his other arm up in between the receiver's 2 hands, but then when he swatted it from underneath, and I think that might cause a lot of crazy plays, or could cause a lot of craziness to happen.
Yeah, I don't understand why they're swatting up. Usually, I mean,
Yeah.
The other thing is, even if they are swatting up, the physics feels like it's hitting the ball forward. But you got to understand the guy is also holding on to the ball, so it's not just the force you hitting it up. He's also trying to hold it down, so it's not all one force. If it pops out, it's barely coming out. It's not flying halfway across the field. Jug, you said you saw that, right?
Yeah, it doesn't seem as realistic as I thought it would. Personally, I thought it would be more. It looks like the ball's always going to go up in a SWAT situation. Maybe that's not right. Maybe it won't. Maybe it's going to have. They're going to have a plethora of animations for it. But I hope it doesn't get locked into animations where anytime you hit the SWAT ball, it's going to go in the air again, and everyone's going to have another chance to get the ball. Like a reception, by like a second receiver, or maybe an interception by one of your DBs. So it didn't seem like the animation was right.
Yeah. The first time a swat ball causes a catch and touchdown, I'm freaking out. How about you, Walker? How do you feel about it? I know you didn't see this video per se, but you saw the other one. How do you feel about the swat ball animation looking so far? Walker?
Yeah, it looks weird, but honestly, I've seen a lot of it in this past year, 15, I've seen the ball go up a lot too, and I feel like when it does go up in the air, you're almost never going to catch it. Normally, your guys get brick hands, the defense gets brick hands, and it just ends up bouncing off everybody, and then it drops.
That is true too. I'll give you that, but why not just make the animation correct to begin with, and then make it, if it does pop up in a realistic fashion off of a helmet or something, make it catchable instead of, like you said, the defenders look stupid not being able to catch essentially a slow fielded punt, dropping into their hands. The last video was actually, I thought there were zero problems with it. It was I think it was a tackle on Eddie Lacy, or it was the Packers tackle.
Lynch, I believe.
It was.
Wasn't that Lynch?
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was Lynch. You're right. Lynch. It was one of the guys. Lynch was carrying him essentially, which is our typical Madden thing. It looked like the original animation, but then I think it was Tremont Williams. I don't know. Another Packer came out of nowhere, jumped on Lynch, and they both fell backwards in a realistic fashion, in my opinion. So it looked like something made before where the guy would just jump, maybe miss them altogether or not affect the animation whatsoever and just bounce off of them. He actually hit the guy, and they both fell back for 0 yards, added. When in a pass Madden, that exact same animation, it's 5-6 yards extra. How do you feel about it, Gib?
I liked it because, you could see where that second defender would probably normally, just fall through the person's leg, not really affect it at all, or just miss the tackle. He actually jumped on their backs, and you could see the weight of that person affect Marshawn Lynch, and then they just fell backwards. The force of the impact actually affected him correctly. It was nice looking.
Okay. I won't ask y'all two about it because you all haven't seen it yet, so it's kind of hard to explain it. But it looked good. I hope it's an animation that's in the game more than, just some, video that they just showed. I hope it's actually in the game on a fairly consistent basis. Maybe not just that animation, but the physics itself. Where they're going forward through a defensive line, and the linebackers are all, there's 4 linebackers in front of you. You're not going to just fall forward through all of them. So hopefully that's in the game, and they just fall back. That'd be nice. All right, next up we're going to go off our overall impressions of the ratings releases. This is just a general consensus, maybe things you've seen. The number one thing I saw, I would have to say, is the rookies are just super fast compared to the NFL players. 24 out of 30 of the top fastest players in the NFL are indeed rookies. That I can see as being an issue. I actually twittered Clint Oldenburg, or whoever it is. He's the offensive line guy. I don't know. He's the only one that responded to me, though. He said that they did that for a reason, to make younger players faster than the older guys, and the older guys lose speed. Some things I might have to say about that are, why are people under 30 losing speed? Because you typically start dropping off around 28, 29, 30, but you've got 27-year-olds who are still, losing speed on Madden. I think the top 10 cornerbacks are all rookies speed-wise. You got people like Joe Hayden and some of the top cornerbacks that Richard Sherman's 89 speed and 89 acceleration. You put Bernard Perriam on him, and he somehow gets past the press. Richard doesn't stand a chance, and that's just the truth. When in real life, you stick Perryman on Richard Sherman, you're lucky if he gets any catches. So he'll be poised to have a big day against somebody like Sherman. I don't agree with at all the rookie speed ratings. They're just so out of touch. I liked a lot of the veterans. I looked through my team, even my team. I didn't really have a lot of complaints compared to past Maddens, but the rookies were just, that's too fast. There's just no reason that 24 out of 30 top fastest players in the NFL are rookies. That's just, this isn't the fastest rookie class of all time. Just not. How about you, Yep?
Well, I like what the Lions got right here. 83 overall is not too bad. I'm a little upset because Golden Tate has an 88 speed.
Well, we'll get to your team in a second. What are your overall impressions of the whole thing?
Of the whole thing?
Yeah, like the whole ratings.
I I'm agree with you as far as like the rookies being too fast. I mean, they're young, but it's just kind of like a Madden thing for them to do, making all these fucking young people super fucking fast. It's Madden.
Did the other readings look generally right to you, or like?
Yeah, I mean most of them. I think there's a couple of them people that got overlooked, but none of them coming to mind at this exact moment.
Okay, Jug. I know you only really got to take a look at your team because it wasn't coming up on your phone, right? But how did you feel looking at your team? They did on the ratings generally.
It seemed as if obviously the rookies are faster, but they suffer in awareness. Like suffer.
Oh God, you're right. That's a good point.
All the rookies that I've seen, I even seen other rookies that weren't on my team, just their awareness ratings before, today, and they all suffer in awareness. I mean, I got a guy that's up, 40 or 52 in awareness. And
yeah, Trey Wayne's 59.
Yeah, and he's gonna start for me. So, you know what I'm saying? I just want to know, you know what I'm saying? Like, are they trying to say, the veterans will strive in technique, and the rookies will, pretty much have to be all speed? Is this like the all-time Raiders draft or something like that, where everyone's gonna be super fast and have no hands, or, just gonna, I mean, it's gonna at least encourage guys to work their rookies, to really work their rookies up and make them the stars of the future.
All right, Walker, how about you?
I think it's for me, it's hard to judge until we get our hands on these players and see if awareness makes a difference in the gameplay, because then that would actually really balance it out, because these rookies would look like idiots.
Yeah, I agree with that. The awareness is really low. Another thing I'm wondering is if you're going to do the thing where the veterans lose speed at a substantial rate, are you going to do better than last year where they hit 30 and then they're 50s? Can we get a steady decline? That would be nice if they they stay at a good speed until they're 27, 28, and then start losing maybe a point a year or something as a progressive thing rather than just falling off the damn edge at 30. I understand running backs doing that, but a lot of receivers can still be effective. They might hit, maybe they're not the fastest anymore, but Larry Fitzgerald can still catch some balls. He's definitely not a 53 speed,
Right.
So if Madden wants to go this route, I really hope they ensured that it's going to work in connected franchise too, because this seems more like a rank match mutt team kind of thing, in all honesty, where they just they're thinking short-sighted. They don't think players like us, which they never really do. So because in the long run, if they do it that way and the players don't decrease until they're 30 like they did last year, these rookies, when you get their awareness up, are going to be the guys you want on your team. And from the sounds of it, if they want to do it like that, the rookie class is still going to be fast. So hopefully we don't come into the same issues we did last year, where all these damn cornerbacks coming out are so much better than the ones that are currently on your roster. So, I mean, it's a legitimate gripe, and it could be game breaking, to be honest with you.
I mean, I also think that if they're going to decrease the speed of players as they get older, then maybe they should also increase their awareness as they get older and they play the game for a longer period of time. Other things should increase, like their awareness and maybe other small stats. That's
a very good point, actually, because awareness is something, if you're in the league for so long, I mean, I shouldn't have to build that up. You don't just stay the same. That's a good point. They should boost awareness for other players. So, all right, now we're gonna go to your direct team, and this is gonna be interesting because we got two Lions guys on here. I'm curious to see how they're gonna interact. I'll start with my Vikings though. AP is the 10th slowest guy on our team. Just gonna throw that out there, which is crazy to me. And it seems like they nerfed every veteran running back, wide receiver, and cornerback. The linebackers all still seem the same speed, linemen. All that seems the same. Safety seems the same, if not faster. But they really nerfed AP down. He's an 88 acceleration, 90 speed, which AP is a fast guy at 30. So I don't know. We'll see how it works. He's still fast compared to other running backs. So I guess I can't really complain. Xavier Rhodes and Robert Blanton are both 86s, which is mind-boggling to me. Robert Blanton has trouble making the roster, and Xavier Rhodes is the cornerstone of our defense. So I don't understand how that we view those both. Madden views those both as the same type of guy. Another thing I noticed is Trey Waynes is he's like a 90-something or zone coverage and like an 80 man coverage. And Xavier's the same way. They're both better at zone coverage than they are in man coverage, which we run man coverage with Mike Zimmer. I don't know how they got that. Trey Waynes ran only man coverage in college at Michigan State. That's all they run. So I don't understand how his zone coverage is higher when in real life he'd probably struggle in his zone coverage game to start out. But our preseason game struggled in a man coverage game. So, but I would say those are my main gripes. We're gonna go to you next, Jug, and I'm gonna say the two lines together.
Okay, well, my main gripes, honestly, man, it's my awareness. I got a lot of guys with some pretty bad awareness. My safety Collins coming in with a 52. Um, my other safety Cooper Taylor, who what I'm saying, I've always wanted to bring him in. He came in a 50. I've got some guys on my offensive line that are like 85 strength, 83 strength. Um, I really, really know these guys are, they're stronger than they're made out to be here. I do got a major gripe with Corey Washington. I think the kid's got a lot of talent and he's going to be a player, but Madden literally made him almost the same player as last season. And this is when everybody's speed was generally good. I mean, he's an 88 speed. Last year he was an 89 speed. He was like an 88 acceleration last year, and now he's a 90 acceleration. His catch was like a 79, now he's an 85. So, it's like, I don't know if he got better, but then he didn't play much last year. And so it's weird. Everyone else got slowed down and he got sped up.
Yeah, that was another thing I actually missed on my team I meant to bring up. We have Everson Griffin, who was a defensive end. He was a gunner, and they've got him like 80 speed, which if y'all punter gunners are not 80 speed guys. But we drafted Daniel Hunter, who was essentially he's a Everson Griffin clone. He came in, not much, needs a lot of technique work, but the same physical attributes, nearly identical, same 40 time, and he's faster than Everson Griffin right off the rip. So I don't know what's going on there. I also have 90 speed linebackers across the board, so it's going to be interesting. So, but you do got Odell Beckham on there, man. I saw his stats, man. He's 93 speed, 90.
He's Jesus Christ.
Guy, I don't know how anybody's going to stop him. From the highlight videos and from his stats, what are we going to? He's Randy Moss without being 6'4", essentially. So.
Pretty much, and with the corners being as slow as they are, press him if you would like. That's
exactly right. I mean, what can you do? And now, if pressing works, that'd be nice. But if it works like last year, the deep ball is going to. Odell just deep all day. I'm just throwing the deep ball. All right, let's go ahead and go to the lines. We'll start with you, Gib. Well, how do you feel about your lines, plus minuses, how they did with the roster of the lines?
Not too shabby. I'm a little upset with a couple things, like Kyle Van Noy's awareness. Like it's his second year, and his awareness is like a 60, which is kind of ridiculous.
Rookie awareness.
And then also with like Megatron and Golden Tate. Megatron has an 89 speed, and Golden Tate has an 88 speed. Like, I'm sorry, but Megatron's faster than that, and so is Golden Tate.
Tate definitely is.
And Tate definitely is.
If I remember right, Megatron ran like a 4.3 at his 40 on the scouting combine, right?
Yeah, he's fast as fuck.
He went to Georgia Tech. All they take are 4.29s,
Yeah. I'm also a little upset with Ebron's rating because Pettigrew got a higher rating, which is probably only because of Pettigrew's blocking. And I know Ebron didn't exactly have a great year last year, but, I mean, he's a way better catcher than Pettigrew, and Pettigrew has destroyed so many games for us. I don't even know why he's still on the roster. Go ahead, Waka.
Line-wise, I'm definitely. One thing I want to say is I feel like Stafford his rating should actually be a little better because interception-wise, he cut them down. Obviously, I feel like Megatron should be faster, but I feel like they try to just make him slower because of his height, and they don't really realize he's one fast dude. Tate should definitely be faster. I I think Joyke Bell's rating should have been a little higher because he had a pretty good year.
Yeah.
And Slay, Darius Slay definitely should have been higher.
Yeah,
He had a great year.
Slay's at 84, which I'm not upset with. I mean, it's not.
Is there anybody on your team?
I felt like he should be an 88.
A little bit lower.
Yeah.
At least.
Was there anyone on the team y'all felt needed to be a little bit lower?
On our personal teams?
Yeah. Jug's gone. We lost Jug. Yeah, on your personal teams. No?
Maybe Nada, since he's getting old and he's still 92, which is
he's still a 92.
Okay, fair enough. Like I said, I thought maybe Robert Blanton. I felt like maybe a few of our speeds should have been. Oh, there's Jug back. Anybody you felt on your team that should have been a little bit lower?
My
Jug?
team, maybe Eli.
Oh, really? Great.
Well, I'm not talking about his overall. His overall is good, but he's got a 89 throw power, and I don't think he didn't go necessarily deep last year. He threw long balls to Paul. He threw long balls to Odell, but they weren't necessarily like 30, 40 yards down the field, big bombs. You know what I'm saying? He threw things for him to go get high. He didn't really throw anything deep down the field.
Well, he was that. He had that West Coast offense y'all ran last year, so.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I think, him with that 89 throw power, he probably could have been more like an 85 because, he don't really throw hard no more. And if he did, we'd be burning people down the field a lot easier because Odell's definitely faster than a lot of DBs.
Well, an interesting thing is they even gave Manziel 89 throw power, and he doesn't exactly have an arm.
Wow.
He gave Teddy an 87, so
Stafford's got a 90.
They call him Noodle Arm Teddy is what I've heard.
There were a few people on that team. Like I said, Robert Blanton should have been lower. They finally decreased Captain Munderland. He was an 87 the entire Madden cycle last year. Don't know how he lasted that long. But he's an 81. I'm glad they decreased him. Other than that, I'd say Matt Khalil, he actually went up somehow. He's a 76 until he proved something. He's like a 7. He's a revolving door. I think 76 is too high for him. But other than that, also I just want to finish this up. I want to get y'all's opinion on one guy I saw in particular that I thought he was good before, but then I looked at his stats or his attributes. Even better. Marcus Mariota.
Oh my!
89 acceleration, 90 speed, 89 throw power, 89 short accuracy, 87 mid accuracy, and like 69 throw deep. All better to reach the water off the rim. And he's taller, faster. Your thoughts on Marcus to finish it out? Go ahead, Walker, or not Walker? Yeah, Walker. Why not?
I think he's gonna be the total package. He's gonna be that QB, and between like year 2, 3, 4, he's gonna be dominating the league with those stats. That's the total package.
He's all right. What do you need to build on him? He's the quarterback.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do. How about you? How do you feel about that quarterback? I think he's going to be the best player in Madden. Yep.
Oh.
You looking at?
Yeah. I just want to know what his injury rate is at. The knees might be getting kind of weak.
Marcus.
When it comes to Mariota, man, he's faster. He's faster than Megatron. So no, on the game, he's a 90.
Game, it's true.
That's what I'm saying. He's
I know.
A 90.
That just puts a sour taste in my mouth.
That's what I'm saying. He's not. He shouldn't be that fast. He's a good player, but man, they made that guy. They made that guy the best.
He's he can play anything. I mean, I don't know what to say about the guy. He's
faster than most cornerbacks.
He's faster than every NFL player that's not a rookie, it seems like, so.
Right.
That's because he is a rookie.
Yeah, they really. All right, guys, y'all have anything else to say to add to the podcast?
Watch out for the Browns.
Browns. All right, guys. I appreciate you joining, and see y'all next week.